So there's been a huge amount of discussion about AI and automation and how they affect work and employees. And I think rightly so, because although technology has been with us throughout history, new technologies always coming into play. Some technologies are more disruptive and make bigger change than other technologies. And certainly with AI and automation, we see capacity for really fundamental and wide-scale change. One of the problems is that I think this is often framed in terms of the loss. So which jobs are at risk of AI? I think the reality is that often jobs are augmented by AI. So you may keep your job, but your job may change as you integrate new technologies into your work. So just because your job may be partly automated, it doesn't mean that you're necessarily at risk. And I think we need to think beyond this kind of zero-sum game, and we need to look at both ways in which technology might either be detrimental to workers or it might be beneficial to them.
AI versus humans, it's not a competition. It's not about access to resources or success in the workplace. AI enables humans to do their work better, to have a more successful outcome. You might as well suggest that the fork is going to compete with me for access to the food. It just isn't like that. The fork is a tool by which I'm able to eat more quickly or more cleanly. So if you translate that to an organisational setting, we have to say, if AI and automation is coming in your workplace, what might it mean for you as an individual? And there are some really positive benefits. First thing we find is that in 60% of organisations, the jobs upskill, and that means they're going to get more interesting, you're going to have the chance to learn new things and potentially be able to take on a wider range of tasks. We also see that in 44% of organisations, jobs become more secure. So it's absolutely not a competition for employees. In fact, we are going to be more successful and have more opportunity as a result of AI and automation.
I think people's worry about AI and automation is that it may make them lose their jobs. Actually, in our research, we found that 39% of companies had an increase in roles after implementing AI or automation. I think that people also worry about the impact on ways of working and how they'll interface with the technology. But we found that actually organisations who had implemented AI or automation had better well-being. Their employees reported that they had better control over the tasks that they did and that they were able to work more flexibly.
So from the point of view of workers or employees, I think the biggest worries are twofold. Firstly, about job security. So this is the line of, are robots going to take over our jobs? Is it going to bring about sort of mass unemployment on a scale that we've not seen before? And secondly, about the quality of the jobs that we do have. In particular, are we going to see a kind of de-skilling of jobs? So the jobs that people have to do are less skilled, are less rich than they were in the past. One of the difficulties with the first one of those, of the impact on labour markets and whether people will lose their jobs, is that it's easier to predict, as a fair amount of research is done, which jobs are likely to be automated and which tasks within jobs are most likely to be automated. It's much harder to predict what new jobs are going to come about because of new technologies.
New technology is everywhere. It doesn't matter whether you're a travel agent or whether you're in a university, for example. You're going to find some kind of new technology changing the workplace, changing the work you do.
Organisations should at least consider it. They should have some kind of view on it. It should be linked to a people strategy. Whether they then decide to invest in AI or not to invest in AI is then a well-informed, considered opinion.